Yo, what is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me for another manga chapter review. And today's video, we're going to be going ahead and taking a look at the brand new chapter of My Hero Academia, chapter 350, titled Flames. And before we jump into the video, guys, I want to go ahead and continuously say thank you guys for all the support on the channel, and welcome to all the new subscribers to the channel. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing me on my past videos. The support has been very, very overwhelming for me. I never would have imagined I would have been getting the views and pretty much attention to the channel that I've been getting within my past few videos, or just my past videos in general. So thank you guys so very much for all of the support. You guys just continue to motivate me for all these new videos that I have planned. So once again, guys, thank you guys so much. And if you guys are new to the channel, please consider sticking around and subscribing, as I will be bringing you guys even more anime and manga related content. I have some more manga chapter reviews I'm going to be going ahead and bringing out to you guys over the weekend, because I will be doing Chojin X, I believe it's called, or Chojin 10, as well as Doron. So you guys, if you guys do like those mangas, or are interested in those mangas, definitely stick around, as I will be having those out as soon as the chapters release. And yeah, guys, if you guys did like today's video, go ahead and hit that like button and let me know what you thought of the video as well as the chapter in the comment section below. And with all that out of the way, guys, let's just go ahead and jump into the chapter already. Diving into the chapter, we are given the point of view of Dr. Ujiko being detained within the police station. With an officer questioning the deranged doctor, we learn as he speaks about how everything was meant for this moment. Continuing as he says that he had to search so long for small studded seeds, explaining how these small wicked few seeds were in essence meant to be worthy vessels for All for One. After the doctor's ramblings, we are given a flashback of Saketo Peak 11 years ago, with a young Toya trying to perfect a technique worthy of garnering his father's approval. He realizes that this technique is too hot. With the young boy now left with the uncontrollable, unyielding flames, he says that he must show his father what he can really do before he dies, explaining that Toya, much like Shigaraki, was a child tossed away for harboring a bit of darkness. As the flashback continues, we see All for One making his way to recover Toya's now charred and destroyed body. Toya, now waking up, seems to be rather confused as to his whereabouts, as the confused boy looks around at his surroundings, perplexed as to how he has come to wake within a children's rehabilitation center. As other children greet him as he wakes up by calling him sleepyhead, he is thrown off to his body being grown since his slumber. Not knowing who these children are, or why his voice is so different, they explain to Toya that he has been asleep for 3 years. With these outlandish details being told to him, Toya immediately wants to return home. Before he can, however, a strange man with the face of a sunflower tells him he cannot return home, as this is his new home. Not listening to the strange man's words, Toya says that surely he's worried sick about me. I gotta go home to Dad. With Toya finding solace in his words about his father, he is once again shot down by the strange sunflower-faced man, with him telling him, "I'm afraid that won't be possible anymore." Telling the hopeful boy of how damaged his body was when they found him, that even given the duration of his recovery, his body is still rather fatigued and fragile, as well as telling him that he will never be able to go back to how he was before. With the man lastly taking a jab at the disheartened Toya, he tells him that they would have liked for him to join their ranks sooner, but alas, he was a failure. Toya, now emotional as well as outraged at the mysterious man's statements, tells him that he has no intention of learning from any other man, with Ujiko continuing the story by telling the officer that it was too late to show him the way, stating as well that even he who controls everything could not manipulate the obsession Toya had for his father, describing how All for One planned for Toya to be a vessel had Shigaraki failed. With Toya failing as a spare vessel for All for One, Ujiko tells the officer that he lives in a world detached even from ours. Now fast forwarding to Dabi returning to both the Doctor and All for One, the now grown Toya questions Ujiko about him saving him. Toya telling Ujiko that he figured that he was infused with a Nomu to be kept alive, He says that the reason he returned was vengeance against his father. Toya now telling his little brother that he did in fact return home. He returned to finally be recognized by his father, Endeavor. With more back and forth from the two brothers, Toya explains that seeing Todoroki's predicament from the shadows only fueled his thirst for vengeance. Through fierce training to make his flame stronger, he watched as his father protected citizens only to make his heart pound even more. Saying that that moment, Toya died and Dabi was born, informing him that even the Demon King himself, All For One, gave up on him. Only by burning everything to the ground will he ever have proof of his existence. With the final panel of the chapter, we see Dabi unleashing his strongest technique, Flash Fire Fist. With Todoroki left to quell his older brother's anger, can the young brother extinguish Dabi's ultimate move, or will Dabi's Flash Fire Fist give meaning to his poor existence? And alright guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap up the synopsis of chapter 350. Now we're going to go ahead and transition into my thoughts and overall review of the chapter. And oh my god guys, was this chapter absolutely fire. Yes, pun intended. This chapter was absolutely fire. Now, I just want to say how Horikoshi absolutely did a spot-on job with Dabi's backstory. Now, I feel like this backstory is just so emotional, man. This backstory is very, very good. I like how it just really takes you through Toya's like sort of emotional turmoil he's had for his father his whole life, right? And it even gives us a perspective as to how Dabi really, like, at the end of the day, like, he's kind of not even like, he's so almost sort of like an anti-hero, right? He has his own motives for doing what he does. Like, he's not completely aligned with the League of Villains, so much as he just uses them as sort of like a crutch to get his own ambitions like to come to fruition, if that makes sense. So I really, really enjoyed this chapter. Now, unfortunately, I have seen a lot of people, and by a lot, I'm playing fast and loose with the term a lot. I've seen a few people actually a little bit discouraged at this backstory and not really liking the backstory of Dabi. But, I mean, I think these people just really haven't seen all that, like, they haven't really taken into consideration everything with Dabi, right? Because, like, what I see, right? I see a young boy that had so much adoration for his father that ultimately killed him, right? He was brought back. He was given a new lease on life, a second chance. Then all he ever wanted to do was go home and be with his father, show his father what he could finally do. And when he got there, he just saw the cycle continuing, right? He saw the cycle being perpetuated through Todoroki now and not him. He saw that his father gave up on him. And then when he got older, he returned to the League, right? And then he saw, like, he put the pieces together and he was like, okay, well, I'm pretty much a Nomu. Like, you guys used a Nomu to, like, bring me back. So, like, you have to realize that probably him being infused with the Nomu is probably, like, hijacking his emotions probably that much more, right? Because it's not just him now. It's, like, an artificial being, right? So that also it plays into his, like, mental depravity as well. So, and then, like, on top of that, like, he just wants to, like, leave his mark on the world so that his father can finally essentially acknowledge him in his eyes. But I just really feel bad for Dabi, right? Like, because up until this point we didn't really get too much about Dabi, even in the war arc. We never really got that, like, sort of, okay, what's this, like, what's his gain here? We just found out, like, oh, okay, yeah, Toya's the son, like, Endeavor's first son. So it was nice to see some vindication on Dabi's part in this chapter. So I really liked it. I didn't have any issues with the backstory at all. I thought it was very well done. I mean, I don't really find anything I can nitpick, to be quite honest with you. I really, because, like, the way they set this up is almost as if Dabi is like stronger than Shigaraki, right? Like, obviously Shigaraki might be, like, stronger due to him being infused with All For One now, but, like, Dabi was essentially a stronger, like, you know, individual than Shigaraki. So it is interesting to see like Dabi as like X all for one's vessel, like just going crazy now. So I really like that. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say about the chapter and in the comments section. I definitely am looking forward to those because I don't know, a lot of people have been criticizing My Hero as of late, which I can see some of the criticisms, but I feel like a lot of people are just kind of like, I don't know, I'm not quite sure why My Hero is getting a lot of flack. Like I said previously, I can see some of the criticisms, but it's almost like people have like this painted way of they want like the anime to like go, or this fight to go, and they're like getting let down because it's kind of like a situation, right? How when like you get so fixated on a manga or an anime or just a show in general that like you create scenarios on how things are going to go, and then if it doesn't go that way, then you kind of almost let down, right? Because you think of like the most ideal way or your perfect way for it to go. But overall, like I said before, I really like this chapter. Overall, I would give this chapter a 10 out of 10. I really liked it because I liked how it was very narrative based. It was very emotional. It really let you know who Dabi was and like where his desire to like beat his father is from. It's not even about beating his father. He doesn't want to like beat his father, right? He just wants to show him like, look what I can do. Like, you know, why'd you give up on me? That, you know, I wanted to impress you. I wanted to be your number one. So in a lot of the ways, Toya is a lot like his father, because as Endeavor was so fixated on beating All Might, Toya was so fixated on getting that approval from his father. So there's a lot of hidden parallels. I feel like maybe not a lot of people gave a lot of thought to, but you know, maybe after watching this video you can kind of make those parallels and see kind of like where I saw it from, right? But nonetheless, great chapter. If you guys are interested, I'd consider highly recommend you guys go check it out. And yeah, just let me know what you guys thought of the chapter overall, and let me know what you guys thought of the video in the comment section below. If you guys did like the video, leaving a like on the video definitely helps the channel out greatly. And if you are into anime and manga as much as I am, please consider sticking around and subscribing, as I'll be bringing you guys even more anime and manga related content in the upcoming days. And yeah, that's all I really have for this video, guys. If you guys have any theories or thoughts on the next chapters that will be coming up, please leave them in the comment section below, as always. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for sticking around and supporting the channel. I will hope to see you guys in the next video, and I'm out. See ya.